Check out that sunrise, man. That is pretty. What's up, folks? It's August 20th today, and I'm headed back down to the property. Got quite a bit of stuff I want to get done at the woods today. I brought both feeders I've got to set up down here, fill them up with corn. I got to move a camera at Mal's Corner for that feeder. Let's see. I'm going to work on our trail to the duck hole out there. I'm gonna try to empty that boat. I got a different pump this time, so we'll see if that works. And what else? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some soil samples. I want to get those done. The extension office here in well, all of them here in Arkansas will do soil samples for free, so I'm gonna grab some soil from a couple plots I want to try to plant next year. So we've got all that and maybe a little bit more to get into, so we better head that way. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do today is get this big old feeder back to the box blind. I got a couple bags of corn in there. So I got to thinking the other day about how I was gonna get this back to the spot. And I was like, I don't want to carry it down the levee. I don't really want to carry it through the whole woods. So I came up with this idea right here. I just threw some scraps together that I had in the shed and made a little cheap sled. So I mocked it up and it fits on there. So I guess we'll see if it can get back there or not. It ain't too bad. So you get stuff like this. Oh, see, stuck up. Oh, yep. Well, I ain't gonna lie and tell you that it worked very well or that it really made it too much easier, but made it back here to the spot we're gonna set it up at, so a win's a win. All right, well, after fighting with it for a few minutes, I got it set up. I went up to the box blind and checked where it's at, and I like this spot. So now it's time to take old sled boy back there and haul about 150 corns. Now it's time to take old sled boy back there and haul about 150 pounds of corn back in here. We'll have fun with that, huh? Well, I done used this thing to get one bag of corn back there, and it didn't really make it too much easier, I don't think. So, you know, there's a lot of friction there on that board. It worked good for that feeder, but I don't think for these 50-pound bags of corn, that's gonna be the way. So I'm gonna just tote these other ones back there. This ain't the easiest way to get some corn back. About 2/10 of a mile or so, but it ain't the hardest either. All right, all the corn's back here. I got my little chair so I'm tall enough to put it in. I got these T-posts. I'm gonna drive them. I brought some wire, but I forgot my wire cutter, so I'm gonna drive those down on the legs because these legs ain't the most steady. And then I was gonna wire wrap them, but I don't think I have anything to cut them with without them cutters, so we'll see about that. Might have to button that up later, but whew. That took some effort to get it back here, let me tell you. Let's go ahead and get it full. All right, got the feeder up, got the camera moved to that tree. It was just right over on that one. So got it moved over here to where it can kind of see the feeder, and maybe like I'll be able to tell this is a trail that I've cut going back towards that other box blind back out in there. So I think it'll be able to see if they're coming in off it or not. But let's go ahead and give this sucker a little test here. See how it does. Whipping it out there. Yeah. Yeah, they'll throw some corn. Whoa. All right, so I got that feeder, that time updated. I don't know if y'all noticed how off it was or not, but I got that updated. I changed the run time on the feeds to 5 seconds. It was at 10, and I felt like there's quite a bit of corn coming out. So I turned that down to 5, and then I went over here to the blue box blind and changed that camera card. Now I'm gonna shift gears a little bit and get some soil samples. I want, kind of looking ahead to next year for this one, I want to put a food plot in of some sort here at Big Tree where I'm at. So you'll need some cleaning up, a little bit of thinning on this backside, on the west side of it, for some sunlight, a little bit more. But I'm thinking about putting a food plot in here, and I want to have a baseline of the soil so I know any fertilizer or any of that, or if I want to grow some clover to put some nitrogen in the soil, anything like that. So like I said at the start, the Arkansas Extension offices, they'll do soil samples for free. Now they ask that you kind of prep it a bit more than some of these that you can just buy online and put your soil in a bag and send it to them, like Whitetail Institute. I think Mossy Oak has the same. So you got to do a little bit more prep. You got to dry the soil out and stuff like that they ask for, but it's free. So hey, that ain't too bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab dirt from a couple different spots in this plot and put it in this 5-gallon bucket and mix it up. And then I brought 2-gallon bags, one for each spot I'm gonna try to do today. So I'm gonna get that done real fast. Real quick though, I showed y'all the big tree in this plot the other day, but since I'm at the base of it here, let me give you an idea. This thing is massive. It's huge. All right, here's one of the holes I dug for my bucket of soil there. And I mean, just check out, this is East Arkansas Delta land at its finest, man. I mean, this is straight clay. It's so dried up. Can't do nothing to it. It's like a bunch of little rocks down in there. It's time to mix this soil up, put it in a bag, get back up to the truck, because we got more work to be doing. All right, so like I said, I got a new pump to try to get this boat empty, new hand pump here. My mom actually watched the last video. She came up to the house and this was the first thing she gave me when I opened the door. She said she thought this might work a little bit better. So shouts out to Mom, thanks for watching, thanks for helping out. I just need to get enough out that I can, pick it up and knock it over and it'll be fine. So let's see what it'll do. This is going to be a multi-rounder, if you will. And for those of you wondering, no, there ain't no drain plug on this boat. My wife asked me that when I got home last time, and I said, I don't really know, but I have verified there is no drain plug. So while I'm sitting there slaving away with that hand pump, an epiphany hit me, if you will, and I thought, got an empty 5-gallon bucket in the truck. Why don't I just bail out some water 4 or 5 gallons at a time instead of using this old hand pump? Man, some good thinking. I feel like it'll work a whole lot better than this old hand pump. I like to make this joke a lot. That's the type of thing they don't teach in engineering school. You learn a lot of stuff in engineering school. There's just some of that practical, real life stuff that you're not really taught to think about all the time, if you know what I'm saying. So back to the boat. Hopefully we'll be done with this pretty quick. All right, got the boat flipped over. That bucket worked great, getting all that trash and stuff out of there. That all weighed it down so much, I couldn't budge it before I took all of it out. So, got this flipped over, and man, I am glad I was not recording when I did. I flipped this thing over. I get it up, it's sitting on my knee. I go to push, I look down. There's a cottonmouth between my feet from underneath that boat. I didn't even think about that. Oh, dude, that got me. I'm still shaking. That scared the daylights out of me. I'm glad. I mean, y'all would have just heard me scream like a little girl. Back up at the truck now. I'm not gonna worry about actually cleaning that thing out yet. I'm gonna let it lean over there and dry and drain out and all that. And I'll come back with the shovel and just kind of scrape it out and move it when I clear that trail, which not today. That ain't happening today. It's getting on up in the morning and phone's running low. Lots of excuses there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this feeder, this collapsible feeder, up to Mal's corner, move that camera, and then take a soil sample out of that big north plot that we got up there. And that'll be about it. That'll be the day. I'm gonna drink some Gatorade and eat some beef jerky, take a quick break, enjoy the day for a minute, and then we'll be back up on the north side. Man, let me tell you, driving this thing out here, it makes getting through so much easier. It's a whole lot better than my 2 feet will do. Well, putting this one up over at Mal's corner was a little bit more of a challenge than I thought. I put that little hook right there in that tree so I could fill it up. I could put it on that hook, fill it up, and then put it back up here. And daggum, I mean, look at this hook up here. I didn't think that through, I guess. I hope that'll hold. I don't trust that now that I see it. Let me go get that chair and I'll put that up actually on that board. All right, I like that quite a bit more there. So let's test this bad boy. Let's see here. Get the angle too. Oh. Oh, that's nice. I kind of like that more than the other one. Honestly, it don't throw it as hard. All right, had some extra corn, got it thrown out. Got all this set up. I got that camera, that cell cam moved right there. Now we got a stud of a river bottom buck on this cell cam. Just a couple, I think a picture and a video is all we've got right now. So we'll see if he sticks around come this fall, but man, I would love to put Mal in a ground blind right over here behind me and get her on something like that. That'd be awesome. So now the last thing I got to do before I call it a day today is get a soil sample up at that big north plot. That's where I parked the Rover, so let's go back up there. All right, folks, got the soil from this north plot here in this bucket. I'll mix it up and kind of portion it and dry it out when I get home. And that's gonna do it for me today. That's a good bit of stuff. The only thing I had on my list that I didn't do was work on that duck blind trail. But hey man, we got that boat turned over and that's enough of a win down there for me. So there's still plenty of time till duck season. I'll have plenty of time to turn that trail out and all that stuff coming up soon. So that's gonna do it for me today. I really appreciate y'all watching, following along with everything I'm doing out here. It means a lot, and sure do appreciate it. So y'all have a good one. I know if y'all are out there prepping for deer season like I am and duck season and all that stuff, I hope y'all are enjoying it as much as I am too. Have a good one, folks. I'll see you next time.